Retinitis pigmentosa is an inherited degenerative eye disease that causes severe vision impairment and often blindness. Currently, there is no known cure. Glaucoma is a serious ocular disorder that can also result in permanent blindness if not diagnosed early. After cataracts, it is the second leading cause of blindness among African Americans. Gertie Bias is stricken with both. Only a small percentage of her visual world remains, and she has adapted to her condition and how it has impacted her life. This is her story.
I wrote a novel about it, and grammatically it's full of holes. My specialty has never been knowing where them commas go. And I made a promise about it, and you think by now I would have learned that page and pen and good intent don't represent a corner turned. I should know better than I do, and I would if I could, if I had the will to want to. But I already know this, I already know this well, and yet I remain it still. And I'm so frightened of failure that I'm scared to even begin. That irony's not lost on me, I just refuse to let it sink in. And I'm a creature of habit.
Lester Bias, Gertie's husband, talks about when he first learned of Gertie's condition.
She informed me prior to us getting married that she had RP and that there was a possibility she would lose her sight at some point. And of course, we were in love, and it didn't make any difference to me.
So I can say thanks to Abel, I have maintained a good sense of independence to be able to function in my house, to be able to function on a job, personally, to be able to get around. I had to move to get access to transportation services here, and it's only, I didn't bring one of those passes, but tomorrow you'll see we'll get on the transportation to go to the job. So some other doors of opportunity open for me, even for travel. I get priority boarding, the bus drivers take care of me on the bus, and so some other doors open. It's just to take advantage of those opportunities,
The truth is I'm weak, no strength to carry.
So these are the passes you have to get her to ride the bus.
Yes, you can buy them ahead of time, and you just give them one each way, going and coming. Buying the book is easier rather than paying like $1.50 one way.
Gertie didn't really lose too much of her independence, except for the fact it limited her ability to drive around as she wished. But as far as in the home, she continued to do just about as till today. She continues to do just about everything that she's ever done.
Dark stuff in one drawer, light stuff in one drawer. You notice I have these earrings on. I have a drawer here. And it has bags. I know what's in this bag, and I have this one that's zipped in with different size, quart size bags. Put the sets together. My husband said, Gertie, you just need a pearl or
So this is where
or
you
gold
keep
or
your
silver
jewelry.
set. My jewelry, a drawer for that, okay? And to keep it organized, I use snack packs or quart size bags, okay? And just quickly, I usually keep dress stuff here, and you'll see I have it kind of quarter, like a contrast, so I can see at the box at the top. I still do dress shoes, like nicer shoes with the shoe boxes, and I have the hats here. And you'll find that I have some things pinned together that's hung up here. Like this, for instance, can you see the pin there?
Let me see.
Some tops and bottoms I'll keep safety pins on them, so when I hang them, if they fall, at least they won't fall. At least they'll still be together. Down there, 2 shoes I have with rubber bands on it, and of course I have shoe boxes there too.
Sometimes we have humorous things. I went to work one time, with a purple and a gold shoe. I said, oh no, I walked in, they were made the same. And you heard and slipped it on, and the guy said, Gertie, you know you having a purple and a green shoe? I said, oh, I guess I'm early for Mardi Gras, so you can't take everything to heart. It's not funny early on. It can be very, very embarrassing, but sometimes you have to find humor in some things, because otherwise we'd always going around feeling sad and bad about the mistakes we made, because we made mistakes when we were sighted. So certainly we're going to make mistakes when we're not fully sighted. I usually don't carry anything larger than a 20, and I have a couple of 20s here, and this is how I fold my 20s 3 times over. And these should be 5s. I fold them in half the short way. Use my paper clips to kind of keep them together. And these are my 1s. And so if I had a 10, I would just fold the 10 in half.
So can you raise them up and show me how you hold the 1s, the 5s,
Okay,
and the
now
10s?
this would be the 1s.
Mm-hmm.
I'd keep my 1s straight. And I just have the paper clips on, because sometimes they crinkle up, or they might ball up and get to be something like a 5 or something else I don't want to be. And this would be my 5s. I fold in half the short way. Okay, can you see the denomination on there? 5. Okay, and this would be my 20s. I have 2 20s here. Can you see that 20? Now I won't be able to see the denomination, but I hope you can see you see it, the 20 on there?
So that's how you're able to identify.
That's why I can't see it, but I have a system that I've developed. And of course they teach you how to do some finances online. And tomorrow you'll get to see the computer that actually speaks.
So you just print it?
Yes, it should print. There, Control P. Usually we have like hotkeys, they call hotkeys. Instead of me being able to see print, I just do Control P and then it will print for me, okay? All right?
All right.
Now, I'll probably do a little something on the flash drive before you go to my documents, okay? How many emails are sent in the inbox? About
8.
Yeah, see? That's inbox there.
Inbox.
So-
Inbox.
And there they are. You see this one?
Mm-hmm.
That one is from... And generally it'll talk. Sometimes that's the way the software is. Sometimes it'll talk, and sometimes it won't talk.
Table view.
Lynn Blanchard, Executive Director at the ABL Training Center, talks about some of the important skills that are taught there.
Different business districts. We also have a technology lab, and what that consists of basically is adaptive training. It could be a large print program where it blows up a print. It could be a speech program where you can hear what's being displayed on the screen, or it can be a combination of both. For deafblind, we actually have something called refreshable braille, which allows them to read on a keyboard braille as it is shown on a screen. Once they learn the adaptive piece, then we basically teach folks what everybody else usually does with a computer, you know, Word programs, Excel programs, internet, email, different things of that nature, so they can function in the same way someone else does, just with adaptive equipment. Well, our mission is to teach individuals who are blind, deafblind, and visually skills that lead to independence, community integration, and gainful employment.
How do y'all find prospective clients?
Well, the majority of our clients get referred to us from Louisiana Rehabilitation Services, and they provide funding to train people to get them into a job, to put them to work. We also have other grants that we can do training for individuals who just need adjustment to blindness to stay independent in their homes, so they don't end up, let's say, in a nursing home. Sometimes people think they can't do anything after they lose their vision, but that's not true. And with some skills training, what we find is that people can pretty much function just like everyone else, just they do it a different way.
I remember when we first, when things really began to get bad at first, I was trying to be too helpful. And I would try to lead her by the hand, and I'd try to guide her by the shoulder, and she would sometimes push me away. And I said, well, what's wrong? You know, like, hey, I'm trying to help, you know, but she wants to do things for her. She's always wanted to do things for herself. And so I've learned to back off, and when she needs me, I'll just lend a hand. I don't see myself as a caretaker. I see myself more as an aide or an assistant, you know, someone that just happens to be around if I need a little help.
Well, that's awesome.
And a lovely daughter. I have to say that you have really, really at first, you know, you was really concerned when people would say, oh, your mom is blind. No, my mom is not blind. She's just visually impaired. So you understood that there was still a lot of things that I could still see and I could still do, because people automatically think when they see you with a cane that you're totally blind. But you know, and you've seen what I've been able to do, and I think that's been good for you too, to let you know that I'm okay, you know, with the vision loss. No, I don't like what's happening to me. Yes, I still have frustrations, but I'm doing okay, because I think it's because basically I was born with a sunny disposition. I'm thankful to the Lord for that. And I tend to have the attitude of looking at the positive things in life.
And I'm so frightened of failure that I'm scared to even begin. That irony's not lost on me, I just refuse to let it sink in. And I'm a creature of habit, caught in comfort, sun and cold. Leave me outside when the river's high, eventually I'll turn to stone.